I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Lions squeeze out a 4-point victory. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Dolphins win their 5th game of the season. The Jets lost this one, but will stay at number 3 in the AFC East. Liddell Dickey Betts stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Cowboys, Seahawks. Bobby Taylor is almost like a center fielder back there. Picks it off at his own 30-yard line. Look at the wheels in the midfield stripe. He's thinking more than just a pick. He's thinking touchdown. What a turnaround, 70 yards. The Seahawks win this one by the final score of 28-10. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
Dwayne Levels is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 3 years, $1.2 million.
Kevin Johnson pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Ravens beat the Bengals. Over in Cleveland, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we had the Browns end up on the short end of an 18-point shtick. Up in Chicago, we had the Bears fall by 10 points. Titans, Colts. Steve Air McNair calling signals at the 9-yard line. Crowd into it now. Rolls right. And look at this toss across his body between defenders. Picture perfect 6. The Titans go on to win this by the final score of 35-28. The Raiders' defense held their opponents to under 150 passing yards in their win at Oakland. The Buccaneers won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Chargers. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Panthers win their 10th game of the season. Steelers, Jaguars. Fred Taylor was at the 25-yard line, and boy, his line's been doing a good job for him today. And here they go again. Bounces outside, makes the move himself at the 25. Touchdown! The Jaguars win this one by the final score of 28-14. The Broncos won this contest, but will stay at the 3rd place in the AFC West. Leonard Little had another fantastic week, and in the victory kept the streak of landmark stats alive. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Mark Campbell sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Torrey Holt won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. Notes from the team doctors said it's a broken thigh bone, and that he'll likely be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Larry Allen is officially on injured reserve. He'll miss the season, and of all the places you hate to lose established players, the offensive line has to be the worst. Now the big story of the day. Tony Parrish is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Packers, Eagles. Sheldon Brown is able to step in front of his pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. The Eagles go on to win this by the final score of 45-0.
All right, Chris, thanks. With the playoffs a little more than a month away, things are starting to get real interesting when it comes to seeding and the races for the division crowns. Let's start things off by taking a look at the AFC. Meanwhile, over in the NFC, the playoff picture looks like this. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.